You're watching News 25. Local coverage you can count on. News 25 is brought to you by J.K. Nelson Law, voted Best of Las Vegas. Give them a call, 702-727-9900.
Thank you for joining us here on News 25 and Ace Country Radio and streaming at KPVM.TV and now on Roku devices on this Monday, July 14th, 2025. Good evening. I'm Chris Palermo. Here is what's happening. Carlos Blakely appeared in court on Saturday morning and is being held without bail following an order from Judge Kirk Vitto. He is the accused getaway car driver in the Joseph Perry murder.
An 18-year-old Perump man is accused of playing a key role in the deadly shooting at Ian Deutsch Memorial Park and has been ordered to be held without bail. Carlos Blakely appeared in Pahrump Justice Court on Saturday morning, July 12th, where the Honorable Judge Kurt Vitto issued the order stating that Blakely will face charges of open murder as well as aiding and abetting. The shooting took place during the Movies in the Park event on the night of July 5th, and authorities say the victim, Joey Perry, was shot after a fight including several juveniles escalated and gunfire erupted into a crowd of park goers. The Nye County District Attorney's Office has identified Blakely as the alleged getaway driver in this incident. Witnesses reported seeing the suspects flee the scene in a red Chevy Camaro. As this investigation continues, a county spokesperson confirmed that the Movies in the Park series has been suspended until further notice, out of respect of the victim and consideration for public safety. Formal murder charges against Blakely are expected to be filed on Monday, July 14th. He is scheduled to return back in court on Thursday morning, July 17th. The other suspect in this case, 18-year-old Anthony Aguilar, is also scheduled to appear in court this upcoming Tuesday and Thursday. Both men are facing serious charges as the community awaits justice for the victim, Joey Perry.
More news now. LVMPD is investigating a shooting that occurred over the weekend at Southern Hills Hospital.
On Saturday at approximately 4:30 p.m., Las Vegas Metro Police Department detained one female near the entrance of the Southern Hills Hospital. According to eyewitnesses' accounts, officers had taped off a vehicle near the hospital's valley entrance. The vehicle, a white BMW, was visibly riddled with bullet holes and blood was seen dripping from the bottom of the rear left passenger door. Las Vegas Metro Police Department has not yet released any official information regarding the circumstances of the incident. News 25 spoke with Blake Cook, who was present at the hospital during the event.
We were upstairs. I had a newborn baby, and then the alarm started going off and the hospital was on lockdown for about an hour and a half. No one in or out.
And nobody gave you any indication of anything else?
Nope.
This is a developing story. We will continue to provide updates as more information becomes available.
And U.S. Senator Jackie Rosen took to the Senate floor to condemn Senate Republicans for imposing a new tax burden on casino players who lose money gaming and for blocking the passage of her bipartisan bill to fix it.
On July 10th, U.S. Senator Jackie Rosen spoke on the Senate floor to condemn state Republicans for imposing a new tax burden on casino players who will reportedly lose money while gaming. She also criticized them for blocking her bipartisan legislation aimed at appealing this provision.
Madam President, I want to start out by thanking my dear friend and colleague, Senator Cortez Masto, for leading the effort to fix this terrible provision. I have to say I'm extremely disappointed in what just happened. Senate Republicans are once again showing that they couldn't care less about the impacts of their new extreme law. Last week, President Trump signed into law Republicans' disastrous, big, beautiful betrayal, which among all the terrible cuts to health care, to food assistance, and all of the rest, the big, beautiful betrayal, it included a damaging provision that will impose a higher tax burden for people who play games at casinos not just in Nevada, but all around this country, and lose money. So you heard that right. Under Republicans' new law, individuals who play blackjack or poker, they're on vacation, wherever they're at, any other games at casinos, will now owe taxes to the government on the money that they lost. That's because Republicans' extreme law placed a new limit on the amount of gaming losses that Americans can deduct. So what does this actually mean? It means if someone wins a big jackpot in Las Vegas and then loses that jackpot later on, they'd still be liable for paying 10% in taxes on gaming income, even though they hadn't brought home anything. Their loss equaled their win. They had no winnings at all. So how can that be right? How does it make sense? I don't know. It's Senate Republican math. That's what they seem to use in their big, beautiful betrayal bill. It's not just bad math, it's bad policy. So what makes this even worse is that Senate Republicans snuck in this provision in this terrible bill so that they can collect more money from people so that they can pay for more tax giveaways to billionaires, because this is exactly what's happening, and it's shameful. This is going to hurt people who visit casinos. It's going to hurt Nevada's gaming industry more broadly, which supports nearly a third of the jobs in our state. It generates billions of dollars for our local economy. That's why Senator Cortez Masto and I agree that we must pass our Full House Act and eliminate this new tax burden. I'm extremely disappointed that Washington politicians are refusing to fix the terrible policy they enacted that's going to hurt my state, and our economy. We need to restore the full wagering loss deduction and bring fairness back to our tax system. And I won't stop working, won't stop pushing until this gets done. Thank you, Madam President. I yield back.
In response, Senator Rosen, along with Senator Catherine Cortez Masto, introduced the Full House Act, bipartisan legislation designed to appeal the deduction cap. The senators sought unanimous consent to pass this bill, though the effort was blocked by Senate Republicans. This is currently a developing story, and News 25 will continue to follow updates in the Senate room as things develop.
A health and wellness segment coming up. Of course, more local news. You're watching News 25.
You're watching News 25. Local coverage you can count on.
Welcome back to News 25. I'm Chris Palermo. As part of KPVM TV's Health and Wellness segments, our News 25 Las Vegas correspondent Maria Centers now joins us from the big city with a unique story about alcoholism.
Alcoholism does not discriminate against race, gender, age, political ideology, or anything else. I have covered a wide array of stories over the years here at KPVM Television about lethal blackout binge drinking, but I have never yet come forward with my own recovery journey. You see, I was placed on a cumulative 4-year probation for non-injurious DUI misdemeanor up north, where I was not mandated to attend 12-step meetings or enroll in any type of treatment program. Now, this was after undergoing my second and final DUI and inducing a TBI, along with a dose of deadly untreated pancreatitis, all the while drinking in a span of about 72 hours. Some weeks later or months, apparently I went to Desert Hope Treatment Center right here in East Las Vegas on my own accord for 1 whole year. In addition, I attended 12-step support groups at least once daily for years, non-court ordered. When I went to look at my Anchorage, Alaska probation orders a couple weeks prior to getting off, I was shocked to read that I was authorized to drink and or do drugs this entire time. Trust me when I say I am the most dangerous threat on the roads while drinking, and no one has worked harder or takes recovery more serious than me. As alcoholism is indeed a progressive disease, let's start this from the beginning, regarding what brought me to my knees.
Right now, you're healing from a brain injury, and the brain wants to spontaneously heal. We expect the best recovery in the first 3 to 6 months after a concussion. If you get good rest and you're safe in your activities, that will happen spontaneously. What will prevent healing is adding toxins, such as alcohol. Alcohol crosses the blood-brain barrier. That's why we feel good. That's why we drink. I also tell them that their brain is vulnerable to the effects of alcohol after a concussion. If you've ever had a cocktail on an airplane at 30,000 feet, that cocktail is equal to 1.5 cocktails on the ground. It's the same thing after brain injury. The brain doesn't tolerate the level of alcohol that the service member may have drank before. So I don't ask them to give it up forever. And I say, I just need you to give it up for this 6-month period.
It's a popular tune in the recovery community to parrot. I will not regret the past nor wish to shut the door on it. I will always think and regret about that day every day for the rest of my life, having absolutely no remembrance of it. And well, I can't really shut the door on it. I want to apologize to the entire Your Alaska Link team for my deviant behavior. If I had not had a drinking problem, an alt-right Facebook site would not have used me that day to achieve their ultimate goal. However, as all three parties involved know, I have never ever seen such person outside of interviewing him, them, without a mayoral staff of at least 5 present, or I wouldn't be where I am today. I have been using my double-dipping fiance's last name due to the shame and stigma females feel when it comes to the disease of alcoholism. My real and legal last name is Athens. Well, let me back this up here just a bit. It was originally Athanasopoulou before my Greek grandparents legally migrated from Greece to the superpower via Ellis Island, and it was a voyage. Now let's get this back over to the hump to the paradise of Perump. I'm Maria Athens for News 25 Las Vegas. Or should I hyphenated it to Athens Centers after all he has done for me? Please tune in tomorrow night for part 2 of Maria's recovery journey. Part 1 is dedicated to Caitlin Weaver.
Okay, so have you ever wanted to see the Las Vegas Raiders play the Vegas Golden Knights? The Battle for Vegas charity softball game took place over the weekend. Mikey has that and more in sports.
Time now for your News 25 look at sports and streaming at KPVM.TV and now on Roku devices. The Las Vegas Aviators were in Texas all weekend playing the El Paso Chihuahuas. They won on Saturday 8-7 but lost on Sunday 6-3. After the All-Star break, the Aviators welcomed the Round Rock Express on Thursday. Raiders tight end Brock Bowers hit 4 home runs, including a walk-off grand slam, to give Team Bowers the 29-26 win over Team Eichel in the Battle for Vegas charity softball game at Las Vegas Ballpark on Saturday. The Atlanta Braves selected Tate Southasine of Basic High School in Henderson as the 22nd overall pick in the 2025 Major League Baseball draft on Sunday. Tomokazu Harimato fell to Lin Shindong in the semifinals in the World Table Tennis event in Las Vegas over the weekend. College basketball will take over the Las Vegas Strip this fall with a massive event featuring 22 men's and women's teams. Players Era on Monday announced the launch of November Mania, a college basketball multi-team event planned for Thanksgiving week. More than 30 games will be played over 4 days, November 24th through the 27th at MGM Grand Garden Arena and Michelob Ultra Arena. The Las Vegas Aces play the Wings in Dallas on Wednesday night. And that's your look at sports on News 25.
Thank you, Mikey. And spotlighting a new local business coming up. You're watching News 25.
You're watching News 25. Local coverage you can count on. News 25 is brought to you by Mountain West Lawyer, Injury Attorneys, 727-9500.
Welcome back to News 25. I'm Chris Palermo. A new business in Perump that is committed to hearing care called Here Now held their ribbon cutting ceremony recently, and News 25 was there.
Hi, I'm Jenny Sarton. I'm the CEO of the Pahrump Valley Chamber of Commerce, and we're here today to welcome a brand new business to the Pahrump Valley and the business community. We are so happy to have them here today, and I want to take a minute to introduce our board member. John is going to make the official announcement. Yes, so kind sir, take it away.
Thank you, Jenny. Good afternoon. My name is John Ingram. I'm with the Board of Directors with the Chamber of Commerce, and today I'm very excited to introduce Nancy and TJ Thaninga of Here Now.
Yes.
It's the Parump's newest hearing clinic and one of the latest businesses to join the Pahrump Valley Chamber of Commerce. Here Now combines advanced technology with compassionate expertise to help individuals reconnect with the world around them. They offer a comprehensive range of services, including hearing evaluations, hearing aids from trusted brands, and a full-service repair operation. You can reach Here Now at 775-253-8020 or book your own appointment online at www.hearnownv.com. We extend our warmest congratulations to Nancy and TJ on this exciting new adventure. The Chamber looks forward to supporting your business endeavors and offering our assistance in any way we can and celebrating your success as you grow.
Thank you.
So now, everyone, it's time to
cut that ribbon!
News 25 WeatherCam is brought to you by Lerner and Rowe Injury Attorney's Office in Pahrump. In a wreck, need a check? Call 702-877-1500.
The Lerner and Rowe Weather Cam looking outside of the KPVM TV studios here in Perump. And you'll notice looking outside, the skies have been a little bit hazy from the surrounding wildfires these days. The wind forecast and wind speed, very important. That's in our complete forecast coming up in a bit.
Weather is sponsored by the Nevada Dairy Farmers and the Dairy Council of Nevada, sharing the love of all things dairy. Celebrate the best moments with milk. Milk the moment. And the weather is also brought to you by the Ponderosa Dairy, Nevada's largest dairy, fresh from our farm to your table.
Hi, good evening, Nevada. I'm Mike Ruhan from the Channel 25 Weather Studios. Let's check out this weather map. Fernley saw 104, 107 in Fallon. Carson City looked like a boy band, 98 degrees. Tonopah, 97, 98 in Goldfield as well, 108 in Beatty. Amargosa saw 113, Las Vegas 110, and Death Valley, no thanks, 124, but here in the beautiful paradise of Perump, our current temperature is 108. We hit 110 earlier. Southwest winds, make that south-southwest winds at 11 miles per hour. Humidity 10%. The sun rose this morning at 5:37 and it's going to go away this evening. Look for it to go away at 8:01. Humidity raises up to 15%. The wind southeast at 11 miles per hour as we go to a low of 81 degrees. That's pretty hot. Let's check out the 7-day forecast. The 7-day forecast, we start off kind of hot, 107, then 102 on Wednesday. A little bit of relief on Thursday, 100. Friday, that looks real nice, 98 degrees. I might need a jacket. But then it becomes 102 for the rest of eternity. So it's 102 on Saturday, 102 on Sunday, and 102 on Monday. Groundhog Day. Back to the desk. Here's Chris.
Okay, now Mikey's wearing the hat, and he's alluded to the 98 Degrees, the boy band. He looked like he could be up on stage with the Backstreet Boys at the Sphere this week. And also, a very important note, it is very important to protect yourself from that brutal sunshine. Thank you, Mikey, for the reminder. That'll just about do it for all of us here tonight. I'm Chris Palermo. Make it a great night.